Hey, what's going on, folks? Christian Bauer here, Ballard Sports Media. Got a quick video uploading with some highlights, but I figured, and I think this is something that I probably should do, probably need to do anyway. But figured I'd, bring in a really good recap for you guys. Looking at my school, so this is a little new for me here, but I figured I'd go live for it. Um, you know but talk about the school I go to over in Hanceville at Wallace State. Um, y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. But watching both the men's and women's basketball games today, playing the same school over at Shelton State, who are the Bucks, not to get confused with the Tampa Bay Bucks, of course. But um, again, overall, just going to recap the men's and women's games here. What's up, Nate? What's up, Jacob? Love you guys. Good to see you. What's going on? Um, I forgot to make one quick banner. We'll recap this. I'm not going to let anybody on this one. Um, but a tough day for the Lions. Tough night. But really good games, really good fight overall when you look at it. So let me find. Yeah, this is women's. Where's the score though? The hell? Here it is. 86. Okay. So I guess we'll start with we could start with the women's. We normally have for the most part we have the same, like the men's and women's teams will play at the same time, like, or not at the same time, but like the same day. And we normally have the women's game first and then the men's. And the women's, they've had a good record. They've had a good year. I think they've lost a little bit more than the men's team. From what I noticed, though, I think the men's team is a little bit more consistent at times, but both play really, really well. Um, but looking at the final score of the women's game, 86-54, not a good night for the Lady Lions. Overall, it just is. It was, and both games, by the way, were at home. But when you look at Shelton State, the women's team is 24-1. 24-1. They are really, really good. Like, holy cow. Um, let me see if this is it. 24-1 in 25 games. They got a 96 percentage. They're undefeated in their conference play. And again, this is it's not high school. It is college basketball, but it's not NCAA Division One. It's like the Alabama Community College. I don't know what it is, but they're undefeated at home. They've won 23 straight. They're 10-0 on the road. Neutral site, they dropped one. Um, in fact, they started out with back in November with the season, and they lost on neutral turf to Georgia Highlands back in November. They have whooped everybody else. Look at this, 111 points to 16 to a team called Coastal. How the hell do you this I know it's not professional and everything, like it's one of the lower levels, obviously no offense or anything to that, but man, but looking at tonight's game, 86-54, it just was, they're a complete team. They really are. At the end of the first, it was 25-14. Uh, Wallace did outscore the Lady Lions. Outscored 24-17 in the second, but they were still obviously down. It was, I guess you do that math, 38 to I guess 42. Let me see, 25, 17, 42. Yeah, 42-38. So it was a 4-point game going into halftime. Shelton State, their defense picked up big time. Overall, Wallace cannot, you know, get it all together, put more points up in the second half. They got demolished overall in the second half. I mean, it was a 46 um, or no, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but look at the math: 21 points in the third, 23 in the fourth quarter for Shelton State, 7 and 9 in the third and fourth, respectively, for Wallace State. Uh, if I'm doing that math correctly, folks, I hate to say this, but the Lady Lions got outscored in the second half, 44-16. God, I hated that game. I hated that game, Bama. Did me wrong. But credit to Shelton State. Shelton State's one of those really, really good teams. And look, I mentioned like Wallace is not a bad team. I have gotten to meet some great people. I've got to go to quite a few of the games, and they play with great fast tempo. They can shoot really good from the paint, 3-point line. They just, I guess, obviously looking at a team, and this is my first time actually reviewing a game and looking into it. But you look at Shelton State, I mean, kind of show their schedule here, what we're looking at. I mean, they're a dominant team. I mean, this is like, if you want to put it in true college basketball, NCAA Division I terms, this is like when, how do I put it? I don't know. Pick any good team that's played some of the best competition, that's been great all year long, that hasn't quit, and then they get punched in the mouth by like Baylor or Gonzaga. Or this year, a team like Purdue or somebody, right? Now they face the champion, the bigger team, the beast. And that seems like Shelton State. I mean, they got some good win streak. Like, they beat a team back in December, 117-58. And they played some close games too. Looking at it, it's this was a tough one. Now, the men's, by the way, I guess we could transition to that. This one was a blowout, 86-54. But you know, I was there. I'm cheering on my alma mater. I guess it feels weird to say that, but that's where I go to school. I cheer them on. Just overall, they turned the ball over quite a bit tonight. The Lions did, and you know, when they did give up points, one thing, and I mentioned this about basketball quite a bit. If you're going to give up points, there's not an issue with that. But if you can't respond and answer right away with every single opportunity, you're not going to have a good chance in this game. And clearly, they didn't do that. I mean, they scored some good points, but Shelton State has a really, really good defense. They do, and so I guess overall, you just got to kind of give them props there. But yeah, so that being said, real quick, and this is going to be a quick stream too. The men's team, 67-65, 2-point game. That's not bad. But again, overall, it's like, you know, it's a tough loss. And Wallace men's has been doing great. I mean, the first game I went to, I think it was Bishop State, or whoever they were playing, and they won 84-48. 84-48. And I'm just like, holy cow. I mean, they play with high speed, tempo, just overall, they're incredible. They got some good athletes, right? It's amazing to see. Wallace does really good on the men's side. And like I said, like the women's team is pretty good too. Maybe not so much like the men's team is. Shelton State is in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, that's right. I knew that. Which, by the way, I don't know if I should share. I guess I think my dad ended up. I think that's where my dad went. But anyway, where was I? Oh yes, back to talking about the men's game here. is a close one. They don't, if they do lose, they're good at keeping it really close. They play hard, they play tough. Coach Sharp is the basketball coach. Um, and he's very tough on them. I mean, I can hear him where um, where I normally would sit. Is right there by the coach, by the players on that sideline, and sit in the stands. And it's amazing to hear him talking and getting his guys prepared and getting ready to go out and play a good game. So yeah, overall, let me see here. Wallace doesn't want to load, so I can't really go and look and see what they got. But again, it was 67-65 on the road here for Shelton State. If I close this tab, who cares? Let's see, men's schedule. I wish this would load. Jeff says he's going to Craigton next weekend. That'd be cool. Maybe they put it on Twitter. I don't know, but here we go. It loaded. It's just taking a while. I don't know why. It doesn't normally do that. And they haven't updated much. They haven't actually updated and put tonight's score up. But let's see if it takes me to the ACCC athletics page. Maybe I could pull it up there. Let's see. And I can't view the box score. Obviously, it'll take some time to just overall get all the stats put up online. But it was a close game. It was a good game, and Shelton State played the better game overall than Wallace did. Wallace played good defense, but Shelton State obviously played the better defense. When you see a score like this, if you see a score that's really close and it's low like this, you say, okay, well, for a basketball game, that is a little low, but they play some good defense. When you look at it, so. Which, in fact, I got it here. A little bit of notes that I took that my phone was almost dead, but I mean, they got off to a good start. I think Wallace had like a couple 3-pointers in there, some layups, and they got off to a really good start. Number 3 got the first rebound. Myson Lowe was a key player. Jalen Lemons, to share a couple names of these great athletes that they have. And Coach Sharp has put together a really good team. And I've enjoyed watching them this year, which the season's still going on. Their next game, by the way, let's see, is with the 14th against Snead State. That looks like that's a home game. That'll be a 7:30 game. Which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, but I want to double check the. Let's see, what's the Lady Lions schedule look like? What's our next game there? It would be January. Looks like they also play Snead State on Monday. I think for the most part, how Wallace does it, and that might be how the ACCC is, which is the Alabama Community College Conference. I would assume they probably all do it like this, but I think two schools meet up. Um, when it comes to basketball, and I guess it kind of mixes with both men's and women's, and they play the same. I guess on the same day or within the same time period or week or whatever. But again, overall, um, these teams, they're good. They got some good players. They got some good coaching. Um, you know, but tonight was just one of the and these games were so entertaining to watch too. I mean, I was surprised I still got my voice. I mean, I was like, come on, don't take shots like that. You can't give up the threes too much. I mean, you let these teams, pretty much both of these teams, the men's and women's tonight for Wallace, just kind of they kind of let up some big leads, and defense got off to a rough start. I think the way that the game started for both teams ultimately played a factor in the loss. I mean, they picked it up towards the end and before half and everything. I mean, as the game went along, they kept getting better, and they kept, doing what they could. But Shelton State would not go away. I mean, they got some players for sure, but overall, you give them credit. I love going to school at Wallace, by the way. I mean, I got some good teachers. Classes are going great. And it's great to finally get around to getting involved with the athletics and everything. And, it's more my career. It started with this channel. It really started just watching Paul Feinbaum. That was the inspiration and just being a big sports fan, as you guys know. But I haven't done much to cover the games yet. This is my first time actually talking about the games. I mean, I've put a couple clips out here or there of like what I've seen and just a little bit of action, but overall, I hope to do this a bit more. And I mean, I don't want to just stick to college football and college basketball that's global and everybody knows about March Madness or the Masters or all the big stuff. Nah, man, why can't I bring my community at home here to you guys online just a little bit more and share this with you? So I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Y'all let me know. But again, a tough night for my Lions, though. 67-65, the final score for men's, and in women's, a little bit tougher, 86-54. But overall, you give them credit. Got to do better. Cut down on turnovers, play a little bit more offense, and just learn from it. I mean, these teams, you saw the schedules and everything. They kind of found ways to bounce back after losses here, there, and, just improving it better. But I'm going to get out of here. It's late. I just figured I'd share this with you guys tonight. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Believe it. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content, folks. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media is checking out. Love y'all. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide!
Tell them, Will Anderson. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Roll Tide.